This is a story I should have talked about 2 weeks ago because it made the headlines worldwide and especially on social media because it was a Quebec national holiday, better known as Saint-Jean-Baptiste. And what happened is that there's a lot of people who saw the footage that sparked outrage on social media. If you take a look at this picture right here, you see, there's a float in this parade. There's a float. The float you see, it's blue. Blue represent the sea, represent the color of the province of Quebec. And you see the singer. That's a white woman, blonde hair. She's the singer. On the background, you see the pianist, which is playing the piano, a white piano, because look, the blue, the white and blue, the blue and white is the color of the province of Quebec, the Canadian province of Quebec. And then you see the picture there, stating in French, "Il était une fois," once upon a time, in English, which reflects the history of Quebec. But what sparked outrage is the fact that you see there's a lot of people, white people, dresses in white, dressed in white, and you see two brothers on each side of the float pushing the float like it's in slavery. This is what angered a lot of people, including yours truly. And it didn't take long after they after the person, a white guy to be precise, posted that situation, that story on that footage on his Facebook page. It makes news worldwide. It makes the headline on social media. And it didn't take long before the Montreal media and the organizers of the event decided to use some PR move to calm down the outrage, saying that they didn't meant to include a perception of slavery because we have done everything to include in the people in the name of diversity. That's what the president of the event has said. I'm gonna read this from the Toronto Post. Okay, I'm gonna read that part, which is, look, you know, it says, okay, organizers of this year's Saint Jean-Baptiste celebration in Montreal have issued an apology to anyone offended by the sight of black teens pushing floats carrying white peoples during Saturday's parade. A video recorded at the parade and posted online showed pop singer Annie Villeneuve, the lady in blue singing, the blonde girl singing. That's the singer on a float being pushed by what appears to be only people of color dresses in what many said looked like the rags of slave. And it did. It looked like they look slavish. They look like slaves. That was disrespectful. Surrounding the float were drove of choir members all dressed in white. You see if you look at the picture again, you see all white people were dressed in white. The video has been shared more than 15,000 times as many viewers comment how the float resembles a historical depiction of slavery. Yes, indeed, it is clearly an historical depiction of slavery. But it's not it. I'm gonna talk about this later on. But now let's continue. But the parade organizer said that depicting slavery was never their intention. Listen to this again. But parade organizers say that depicting slavery was never their intention. Certainly, the team never intended to relay a racist image, according to a French language statement released on Monday. Wow! And I saw the president of the organizing committee of the parade saying this, and man, it not only wasn't convincing, it confirmed their racism. So they want to build they have the nerve to use diversity to include to hide their racism. I'm just saying, look, it shows you that racism is everywhere. We black people, whether you live in the US and Canada or worldwide, we're still hated by people. We look like the villain of the story. So this is really sad that in 2017 the same shit continue. But in Canada, they always make us believe that there's the most inclusive country in the world, the most beautiful country in the world, which in reality is bullshit. We all know that. I know that for a while that's not true. There's racism everywhere, but the media always find a way to cover up. But listen, but the funny thing about that controversies is the fact that it's not only it's not only it's not only that it was black people black because if according to the article it was students from a local high school in Montreal in the neighborhood of Saint Michel, which is full of Asian people, full of immigrants living there. I have friends who live there. I grew up nearby, so I can tell you that the organization knew what they were doing. They knew what the whole team knew what they were doing. And by the way, the director of this parade is a gay comedian by the name of Joël Lejeune. And that same Joël Lejeune got caught. Oh my bad, got caught 2 years ago masturbating publicly in a park full of children, and he made the headline. He made the headlines, and he went to different television set to issue apologies, to issue forgiveness. But the funny thing is that at the same time, there were a black reporter who got fired because since a reporter from a rival newspaper, because he used to work at Journal de Montréal, which is the biggest, one of the biggest francophone, French-speaking media newspaper in Canada or worldwide. But that reporter was from their rival La Presse, which is owned by one of the richest family in the world, the Desmarais, which are really evil in my books because they own a lot of stocks in different companies worldwide. That woman came up with this story. Came up saying that the guy was fake all his report because there was no proof he has been in the spot doing his report. So there was all lies and deception. He got caught. He got caught with the Jason Blair syndrome. You remember Jason Blair, the the black reporter from the New York Times who got fired because most of his reports were false. There was he was a fabulist. So the guy who was so the reporter, the black reporter, got fired from his position at the Journal de Montréal was seen as a fabulist, and he got ostracized, crucified in the in by by public opinion. But at the same time, that queer of comedian got has been forgiven by the people. And I was so upset that a month ago, 2 months ago, these two, I mean, especially um, the black reporter by the name of François Bongingo, got continued to receive scorn by people when he got invited to a show to talk about what happened to him since that event occurred. But at the same time, people in Quebec has forgive Joel Legendre for his action. And you know, he took advantage of it because now you see, not only he's a gay actor, but he's also a racist because he's the director of the event. He's a outright racist. This is why I'm telling you that there's a lot of racism in the LGBT, and people. And when I said this, I've received some nasty comment. I was people saying that you say some homophobic saying. This is it's not right to talk about to disrespect the gay community. Really? Look, I don't like racism, and these people are racist. There are a lot of racists in this community, and now this is the proof of what happens uh, during the event. Prove my point. But they find a way to take cover. They're protected by people. That's the problem. So there's a other image about the event that occurred, and I'm gonna post the links on the text box below. But to be honest with you, to be honest to be honest with you, this is shows you that racism run wild everywhere. So like I said, I'm gonna post the link about the whole issue, and I want to know what you think about this. I want to know your opinion on this.